Possibly.
That
I have no idea, honestly. I
makes
switched phone
sense.
carriers, and
Yeah.
I mean, that is like the
I would believe
reason
that.
for most terrible things.
I've started answering that in professional settings, and it always gets a laugh. Each time, less and less awkward. Hey,
I think
YouTubes!
it's pretty good. Yeah, we're on YouTube.
Yes, finally, your dreams have been answered. It's both of us.
Yes,
Equal
YouTube.
impact.
It's Workout with Erica Nick.
And Rocky. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
maybe
also
we should
Chris is
should we
here.
should we get rid of the name Class Transitions? I mean,
Yeah. We should be Workout with Erica Nix and Rocky spray painted on the
Rocky.
side and added like in a cool logo from the 1990s.
yeah, because like that's a lot of names. And now that I have my partner, my workout partner of life, I can just drop.
Make it official. Make it official.
Make it official. Yes. We
You
should
can
get
work out with just Erica. That is possible, and that's Workout with Erica Nix. But when you have this Thursday night class, it's and Rocky. And today we're going to
Rocky.
focus on two things we do best, which is some active recovery and stretching and caring for the body, and a little bit of strength. Sounds like.
Yes. And if you're recovering from COVID, like me, you might be able to join in too. So just know that today's going to be a little bit less difficult, I hope, because I can't do anything too difficult right now.
And that's the mood. And I feel like a lot of people ask us all the time, how do we make things a little bit easier? How do I adjust, progress, regress things? So we talk about that a lot in our class, but today, especially valid. If you were working out today from a space where you need extra time, this is for you. Welcome. Let's find a mat to be on, find some water nearby, find soft fittings, find assistive devices, right? Things like yoga blocks, pillows, things for your knees, your joints. Let's do a quick check-in. Put these things next to you so you have them. Let's do a quick check-in on the joints, okay? So we're going with like a little finger dancing. You're doing little finger dance twists like this, and we're moving our fingers. Yeah, this is suggestive AF, and we're still doing it. You kind of get like piano fingers, then you got magic hands. Now you get your whole wrist involved. Oh. You also may pull some face. Oh. Ooh. And then you go the other side, one finger.
Rocky. This is very suggestive.
This is a real thing, especially if you're on the keyboard all day or if you have other hobbies. You're going to need to have dexterity, go different directions, really examine all these little connection pieces, tips of the fingers, tips of the wrists, tips of the toes. Let's start moving our arms kind of in little, almost snaky-like. Why are we not going right to these muscle moves? Because we have to kind of encourage natural functional movement. Imagine you're backstroking through life, right? Maybe life is feeling like molasses right now. So be in molasses, take it slow. Let new things open up. The chest muscle, pull through the back muscle, feel the warmth open up into your chest, open up into the shoulders, maybe even reach across the body, planting the feet firmly, just for a moment. Stand nice and tall. Reach your chest forward, relax your hands by your side. Relax your jaw, look up to the sky. Notice if your heart is beating faster. Notice if there's warmth at the top of your head, or if there's warmth at the bottom of your feet. I feel warmth top half of body. That means the low half of the body is next, right? So now what we'll move into is kick. It doesn't have to be high. It could be low. Kick, right? You could just lift the legs a little bit. We're starting to prime these movements, basic movements. Today we'll do 4 basic strength movements, accompanied by a lot of these basic functional movements and stretches. So when you start to swing your hips left to right, Think about hip bumping somebody. Hip bumping. Hey, friend. Hi, friend. You're saying hello for the first time. Hey, friend. A new COVID hug situation is bumping each other with your boot side. There you go. Now go forward and back. We're not gonna do this in public, but when you do push forward and back, we're challenging new muscles, right? Now, when I go forward with my hips, I'm feeling the front of my hips coming to stretch. And when I bend back like I'm sitting down on a stool, I feel my hamstrings coming to stretch. And these are first time moves, so there might be pops and cracks, and that's okay. And sometimes I pause here with my hands on my quads when I just sit in this feeling right here, where I'm mostly fully planted through my heels. The sides of my feet are touching the ground. The center of my feet are touching the ground. The inner thighs are squeezing toward each other. My hands are pressing into my thighs and pushing them back. The low back is not swooped forward. It's slightly flattened, not all the way. My shoulders are down away from my ears and my body is fully warm and I'm sitting in a squat. So breathing is important here. Bring air into the body that feels cool. Breathe out of the body anything that feels too warm. Drop your shoulders down your back, sit up a little taller, press into your shoulders, press into your thighs, put your shoulders down more. You can sit up higher in the squat if you need to, but stay here. We're activating parts of the body that put us in the position to sit down. We're against gravity, therefore warming the body bottom to top. Feel the body warm completely. Stand up and walk this off if you start to feel dizzy, you start to feel like you need a break. You don't need a reason to need a break. Walking around is allowed. We're moving into kicking back into heel kicks. You can walk around and pace if you need to. You can shake out the body naturally to keep warm. But the most important thing is that you're squeezing and balancing with your foot, your knee flexed. So heel kicks, squeezing the heel towards the glute. It does not have to touch. The most important thing is activating the back muscles. The back of the leg needs to activate. Once you feel the back of the leg activate and warm, you kick straight back or slide the foot straight back. Sit up nice and tall, chest forward, nostrils blowing air down towards the ground. You can also reach forward and hold here. 2 pizza pies. I like pizza pies. This is what you can do. What did I have today? Not pizza. Taco Bell. Very proud of myself. Delicious. Gordita Crunch. Very yum. You can stand up now. We're going to go back to looking at our joints now. Squeezing our shoulders up to our ears, looking to the sky. Dropping those shoulders down and back, chin to chest. Looking up to the sky, shoulders up to the ears, around and back and down, chin to chest. Really enjoy the deep massage of the squeeze between the shoulders and the neck. Feel the heartbeat in the back of your head, the top of your head. Stay warm here, that's fine. Instead of pushing the chin down, now I want you to put the top of the tongue to the top of the mouth and then point the chin to the sky. You can grab at the front of the chest and slightly pull down with your fingertips and bring the front of the neck into a stretch. You'll slightly turn your nose left and right to feel this first little muscle here, the SCM, coming to stretch. Go back to center and go to the other side. Let out a sigh, relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Good work. I think that's about the locations, the things we need to work out before we start a workout. Does everybody feel warmish? Okay. Good, good. So the
I'm
next thing
warm.
the next thing we'll do, I think, is 1 minute of each move, right? Split squat, bears, plank, and prone back, which will be kind of like a swan type positioning.
Really quick, Rocky, did you check your volume? Because I keep on trying to lower the music. I can hear you, but I'm like every once in a while kind of behind you because I think I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. I mean, you're talking, but the music is just kind of loud. Chris, can you hear him all right?
I can hear Rocky all right. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's all that really matters. I can kind of pantomime through it.
I'll just speak really. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm at max volume.
Yeah, right now it sounds good. I think just when you drop down, I can't hear you. So just kind of, project.
Yes, yeah. I can do that. No worries. So first we're doing split squats for 1 minute and then active recovery for 1 minute. So we'll put a timer on.
I got it.
Split squats look like this. You're standing straight up and down. You put 1 foot behind. And what you're doing is both toes are facing forward. You're standing like you're on 2 train tracks, not like you're on a balance beam. And you're just dropping and bending this back knee. Drop, lift up. Drop, lift up. You can go all the way down, absolutely, but that's not always great for your joints. So do what your body wants. We've got 1 minute. 3. Oh, you got something, Erica?
I got the timer. But is it 30 seconds each leg? Or are we switching legs or what?
Yes, let's do. Actually, I think we can do 1 minute each leg.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do
Wowee, wowee. You ready?
Yep.
Gonna burn, bitches. And go. You can always
burn it. I love to sit up nice and tall on the top of this squat and kind of make sure my heel is pushing down behind me. And then I kind of bend the knee and lift the heel off. What do you do, Erica? Do you keep the heel up the whole time?
I guess so. I like the idea of putting it down. It's like a little bit of a stretch when you come up.
Stretch in the back, yeah. I also shift my hips forward, and I kind of like don't spill them forward. I kind of pull the pelvis back a little bit. That stretches
sometimes
the front of
for balance reasons. I just kind of like to stay where it feels right.
Just like stay in that one little zone and just screw back and forth. Yeah.
Right. That's 1 minute.
Nice. Stand up a little bit. And now we got this. You can do active recovery, I think, after we do the 2nd minute. That's what I think.
Okay.
Let's do it. 2nd minute.
All right.
Other side. Switch it out.
Here we go. Wow.
Another way that I make this a little bit more active is putting my arms above my head.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh yeah, good work. If you have sharp pains in your knees, you want to stop, walk it out, try a different position, maybe try holding on to a wall or a chair.
Everyone's legs are different, so the whole idea of your knee not going past your toes may not work for you. The idea is centering your weight so that you're not putting your weight forward on that knee. For me, it works out. If I'm putting my weight in the right place, my knee's not going over my toe. And stop.
Good work. Let's do that active recovery. What you got for us, Erica? What you got?
Well, I just like to do a nice kickback anytime we're doing quads. Active recovery is so many different things, as Rocky knows, and maybe at home you don't know. It's really just anything that you're doing in between the difficult stuff that keeps your heart rate going without making you tired. So your body's recovering, but it's active. So that could be something different for everyone. Like right now, I'm having a little hard time catching my breath. Maybe because of the COVID, maybe because I'm out of shape, maybe just because I'm different from Rocky or someone else. Who knows? But the main point is that my active recovery could be too difficult for you. So you can always come back here or just step touch, walk around if that's too hard. But otherwise, follow along with us. Does that make sense, Rocky? Does that make sense, what I just said?
That made so much sense. I completely agree. I also am out of breath by this.
Oh.
And I think when you don't have enough water, that is the other thing. And I forgot my water. So, don't do what I did. Bring your water in. Go get it.
Oh, babe. Where's your water? How far is it?
It's so far. It might as well be in Timbuktu. We're going to move to bears next, which involves you getting on your hands and knees on the ground, which means I got to lower my cam so y'all can see me on the ground. We'll be down there for a moment.
I can start to show it off. If I remember correctly, you want to let me know if I'm doing this right?
Yes,
crawling down.
Yes, please.
And then crawling up.
That's a bear. That's a bear. Right, you can also start from your tabletop position and simply lift your knees up off the ground and hold here. This is an incredibly active core exercise. So your rest position is to sit in a kneeling position, either with your toes tucked under, with your hips touching your heels if you got that, or you can just wait in your tabletop. But I would either recommend doing what Erica's doing or doing what I'm doing and trying both ways. We can do that for 1 minute.
Also, you want to make sure you use your core, because if you're not, you might find, I'll tell you why in a minute. Just really think about tightening that core. I can start that minute. You want to?
I'm ready.
All right. Because I have stenosis in my back. It's not bothering me yet. But when I do certain poses down here, like when I do those rev ups where I just push my ass up like a cat in heat, if I do that too quickly, I can really hear that in my spine. And that's not good.
You don't maybe hearing your spine. No.
I know. It sounds all like crick, crick. So, I mean, it's not necessarily bad, but you just want to make sure you're supporting your spinal cord, your spine, not your spinal cord. By using your core and your abdomen.
Spine bones.
Yeah.
The technical
your
term.
Spinal cord.
The whole cord.
Yeah, it's just been happening recently. It's kind of weird. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like the pops and cracks that my body decides to make without my consent.
Right? Usually it's no big deal, but it's good to check in with your doctor. All right, that's 1 minute.
Excellent. Go ahead and slowly unwrap yourself into whatever position. So if you're still standing, walk that around. If you're kneeling, sit up for a moment, check in on those wrists. We're going to go right into another laying or another floor exercise, 2 more. So the next one's a plank. So do a lot of care on these wrists. I do some little massage. I might even add yoga blocks at this point where I use those to elevate my hands. Gives me a little bit less discomfort on my plank. The other way that you could do a plank is to keep your knees on the ground, tops of your feet into the earth, pressing down, and then flatten the hips and align the back of the head with the back of the hips. This is a half plank position. I like this one, and I also like walking out to a full and then walking back to this half plank. So that's some options you got.
Great.
1 minute of planking, I think.
Awesome. And this active recovery just feels really good to hit your kidneys, give yourself a little bit of a lower back massage. And that's 1 minute. All right, I'm ready to plank. Oh, you know what's so sad is like, why did the music stop?
Oh, I don't know. Is this a playlist from Spotify?
No, it's the Epidemic Sounds.
Ooh, I love Epidemic Sounds.
I just haven't put together. This is that one that's kind of enough dance jams, I guess. That playlist was only like 4 songs. Okay. So we're going back to the old playlist. I'll have to give you my password, Rocky, so you can help pick out some songs with me.
Oh, I have Epidemic Sound. I would definitely pick out songs.
Oh, shit. I didn't know you did. Are you ready? Playing.
Yeah, I've been having a hard time finding songs I like on there, really.
I really don't have a problem. I mean, I feel like I find stuff that, well, that, you know, I feel like the first discoveries I found were pretty successful, but maybe there's like a bell curve, you know?
I don't think I knew this was Epidemic Sound this whole time. I don't know what I thought you were using, but these are awesome.
Yeah. I'll give you my playlist, but yeah, it's just been Epidemic Sound. I mean, it's like, it's the $15 a month or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Outdoor Voices is who turned me on to them, and I just got tired of not having stuff. We're almost there, guys, and girls and people in between, non-binary, they, women, men, whoever. There we go. That's 1 minute.
I just want to see how many different types of people you can name in a minute.
Oh, I hate that I said girls and boys. Like, it's something I really don't like when talking about adults, but lately, like, I've noticed myself doing it. Terrible.
I feel like it's a very kids show thing to do, you know, like, hey, girls and boys, you know, like.
Yeah, but like when guys talk about women, a lot of times they say girls in movies, you know.
Or even worse, females. Oh no. We're gonna do our active recovery, then we're gonna lay flat on the ground and do some swan pose or whatever the heck that one's called. I think it's swan pose. Anyway, what's our active recovery, Erica?
You know me, my favorite active recovery is a butt bridge.
I wish that we had After Effects on this where we could put butt bridge in big letters with like an air horn.
Well, we'll put it in now, in editing. Now. In 1 minute. Booty up. Is that good?
Common question about butt bridge is how high does my hips have to go from the ground? And the answer is not very high at all, as long as you get a little bit of engagement in the glutes.
Yes, exactly. A lot of people make the mistake of using their lower back. This is not a good exercise for your lower back. Bad for that. Good for your butt.
Good for your butt.
Yeah.
This is one of the great exercises, one of the top exercises that most trainers will train on.
Okay, you know this one. I feel like this song is so distinct. Like I have it in my head all the time now. And done.
Nice. Let's do some glute stretch, eat a chest. Alternating would be great.
Are we just marching?
Yeah, I'm just marching and doing a little bit of hip and glute stretch because those got really active. Yeah. Oh yeah, this song.
Yeah.
I never know a song by its verses. The other thing I love after butt bridge is to do windshield wipers with my knees.
Yes.
And the other thing I like to do for windshield wipers is use them to flip myself over for the prone work. So you can go left and right with your knees until you're ready to flip over, and then just flip yourself like a little bit of a pancake style over to your side and then over to your stomach. So the goal when you're doing these prone exercises is to activate the back chain, the posterior chain. So the best way to do this is to reach behind you, one arm behind you, other arm behind you, and then lift your chest off the ground. And then lift one leg up, the other leg up, and hold here. That usually will activate that back body And if you can hold that for even a few seconds, it's incredibly valuable. Your recovery phase for this would be to go back into your tabletop, drop the hips to the heels, and then sit in a child's pose. Okay, any questions about that? I think we're good, right?
How long do you want us to hold that for?
I would like us to try to hold it for a full minute, but I don't know that that's going to happen. So, but I think it's a good goal.
Okay. All right, and 1 minute starts now.
Excellent. Reaching one arm back, the other arm back, chest up, one leg up, the other leg up. Hold. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Breathe into your belly and widen your belly and your hips on the ground to make a great base for yourself. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. This will warm the body a little bit, huh? You're doing great. Take as many breaks as you need. This is a goal for you to try to get to. Maybe a minute. Maybe.
We're at 45.
Ooh, good work, everybody. You should be able to speak in full sentences. You should be able to breathe fully.
All right, that's 1 minute.
Go ahead and relax back into your child's pose and let that low back relax a bit. If you want, you can treat your spine a little bit like it's a jump rope and do some Beyonce asana, I think they call this. Kind of like a cat-cow had a baby with a jump rope. Go different directions and move into going in circles around your wrists, dropping your hips, and then bringing them forward, even extending them a bit. You want to walk your hands out. You can do that. You can go different directions. You can cross the hands over themselves. Good job. You can reach a little bit farther off to the side and cross over and then relax on this side. I like to use the block when I'm doing some of this work. So I'll walk my hands over. I'll get into a cross position. I'll relax this elbow, this outside elbow on this block. It stretches the outside of this shoulder. So I'm walking from my tabletop, walking over to the side, this outside right arm, the elbow touches onto a pillow, a block, whatever. And I just rest it a little higher. And I sit my hips back, I sit my hips forward. And I'm feeling the shoulder stretch and I'm feeling the hip stretch. Outer hip, inner hips. You don't have to sit still in these stretches, but eventually start to make your way to stillness and just breathe there. This is our flexibility section. If you're able to do this next move, you're welcome to go to prayer hands in this twist by placing one hand on top of the other like a pancake. Pressing into the block or pillow with your elbow, breathing out and pulling the core up and in, twisting your chest to the side, smile, frown, open the mouth wide, swallow, untwist yourself, whatever twist you chose, sit up nice and tall, shake that out. We're switching to the other side next, so move whatever element you have. Notice how
you were there a long time.
Yeah. These are our like kind of yin poses to get our heart rate to start coming down a little. So we're gonna switch to the other side next. So we're walking our hands out and around until we twist toward the block. Then I'm wrapping my elbow over the top of the block and dropping my shoulder down towards my knees. The outside of the shoulder is what's usually targeted here first. But if you can get out of your shoulder brain and into your hip brain, you'll notice that maybe the same side hip is feeling stretched. Breathe out a little bit, breathe into the back body, and then relax a little deeper into this stretch. I love this song. We're gonna go ahead
it's pretty good.
We're gonna go ahead and go to our pancake hands, our prayer hands on the side, if that serves you. Otherwise, stay in whatever twist formation you need. Twisting is great for body check-ins, great time for a body scan. It starts to wrench on the vagus nerve, which slows the heart naturally. Relax those shoulders, relax your jaw. Try to be comfortable in the discomfort of your stretch and twist. You can slowly start to untwist yourself. I highly recommend using blocks for the first time that you do this next move. Which is being at a kneeling position. We're reaching our arms back behind us. You can just reach your hands back, and then you can reach back to touch your heels. That's one way. You can also grab the glutes back here, press the heels of the hands into the glutes, bring the elbows together, push the chest forward, and lean back. This is camel pose, so the chin should be looking high, but not extending the neck. Shoulders should be down, chest forward, elbows together, hips forward, some glute engagement, pressing your feet through the earth. Breathe deep into the front of the body. I'm talking Amazon money, talking so much money I could mess around and buy Amazon.
Amazon money.
Amazon, that's Bezos money. That's a lot of money.
I don't know who is he talking about, the guy who owns Amazon, or
I don't know, maybe just the rainforest itself. Oh, when we do this, we can also reach very high up above us or slightly high and behind us. This brings in some of the upper body stretch, thoracic body stretch. If you prefer the first one, I love using these blocks just to get a little bit of a lean back here. This is a challenging stretch, but very good for you. So if you are able to do this one, great. If you need a different way to back bend, I have another suggestion. It does involve having a rolled up something or other and laying flat on your back. I like using just the blanket rolled up under my shoulder blades to get into a small back bend. Back bends are great for undoing some of the discomfort of squats and other things, but be careful about how much back bend you have to start with. You can use a block under your head to start the initial back bend, where you just have something lifting the mid back a little. This is a really good thing to lay with your arms either above your head for a little bit or by your side, elbows out, especially if you're over a computer all day. You can also keep your knees bent if this is too much on the low back. So you'll often see me laying like this with my knees buckled in and my hips pressing into the earth. And I'll try to relax in this discomfort. And it's fitting that the music has stopped, because this is a great time to check in with your body and make sure that what you did today was okay. There's no injury there or place we need to focus on for stretch. Now is the time to discuss this in this position. Some people act like little butterflies in this, and they'll touch the fingertips together above their head and then drop the elbows down by their side, really exploring that front of the shoulder, pec minor, pec major, uh, discomfort of that kind of shows up when you do this move. Not for everyone, but if you do have quite a bit of chest, especially if you've worn things like binders, bras, sports bras, things like that, these moves where you challenge where your elbow position is to your torso, very, very good for pec stretch.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling it in my pecs.
Oh yeah, like I'm getting it big time. Like, oh my gosh. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is a good move or not right now, but I think it's a good idea. So everybody just try it a little bit more.
I like it.
Give yourself a hug in this position as well. I love back bends. They're some of my faves because I never get a chance to do this. It's only when I'm with y'all. So hugging self is great. Knees together, knees wide, up to you.
I don't like hugging myself like that.
You said you don't like hugging yourself?
Not in that position. I like how open it feels with my arms open.
Oh, the openness.
My lungs and my chest.
Yeah, it feels so good. And also that thing you're doing, that diamond position in the hips, that's one of my faves. I love that. Especially if I add like a block underneath the hips. That feels incredible. This is your invitation to do nothing for a solid minute. Also known as Shavasana, corpse pose. You can remove all elements over time just so that you're laying flat, or if you are in a place of bliss, then remain there and enjoy your minute.
I think I'm going to name this workout I have COVID workout.
That's a really good call. I have a friend in India who is developing a COVID only course for people that are recovering.
Oh yeah.
A yoga course.
I think Molly's like Tai Chi. No, she does a different. What are some other things that are like Tai Chi?
Qigong.
Yeah, her Qigong master has a lot of different COVID seminars or workshops or exercises.
There's some of my favorite breathing exercises and stuff that I've seen incorporated into things that we could start adding to.
Yeah.
We can go ahead and start to unravel ourselves to one side or the other. I like to just twist my legs to one side while keeping my shoulders in one position against the ground.
Put a little sweet music in there.
Oh, good work, good work. You can sit up into your little sit up position. Let your body don't just jump up like Erica did. We can't all be superhumans.
Sorry, I'm just doing it for class for the jams.
Pump up the jams.
Are we relaxing now? Because these are my hypnosis songs.
Yeah, we are relaxing now.
All right, well, get ready to fucking relax.
Super duper ready. As you move yourself into your seated position, I welcome you to sit up on something, either elevating the hips with that same rolled up towel or blanket, or elevating the hips on one or two blocks positioned in a way that you don't feel like you're going to fall and very secure. You can choose an ancestral pose, either sitting cross-legged like Erica or with one leg up. But what you want is both hip bones evenly distributing your body so that you feel like you can relax the lower half of your body and ground it into the earth. We're going to go into a little bit of visualization. Relax your jaw. If you'd like to make slight rumbles between your lips, squeeze the cheeks together or the teeth together and then relax them. Make the jaw wiggle left and right. Open it wide and close it. Draw it forward and back. If you'd like, take your ear to your shoulder on both sides. If you are sitting with one leg up, switch. If you are sitting cross-legged, stay where you are. Reposition yourself every chance you get until you feel super secure enough to rock back and forth. Relax your shoulders by dropping them away from your ears. Bring your toes up to the sky or just elevate them and spread them apart. Spread your fingers apart. Relax the jaw. Open it wide. Relax it. Look left and right over your shoulder, eyes wide. See your environment for what it is, a safe space that you are in now, in this moment. You are allowed to relax in this space. Once you have had a good look around your environment, looking high and low for anything that might be of concern to you, and you have noted that that environment feels appropriate. If you have one leg up, bring both knees up. If you are seated cross-legged, choose a different position or stay cross-legged. Reposition your body and your glutes on whatever you're sitting on. Now come to a place of stillness. Feel the earth beneath your glutes. Sit up taller in your seat, pressing through the glutes, bones into the earth. Grow roots into the earth. Fill your entire body from the ground to the top of your head with air, and then release and deflate all muscles. Relax and slouch into your seat. Don't perfect your seat, slouch your seat. Don't perfect your seat, slouch your seat. Now rise through your glutes, rise through the top of the head. Perfect the natural rise through the top of your crown. Imagine it is opening wide and blossoming wide like a flower, accepting rain, accepting nourishment from sun. Imagine that sun is warming your body from the top of your head, dripping honeydew-like warmth through every single atom of your body. Pressing your feet into the earth, pressing the sides of your legs into the earth, further grounding yourself and rising through the core, squeezing through the core to protect your spine, dropping the shoulders down and back. Imagine your heart starts to open like a flower forward. Breathe deeply into the back body and the front body, the back body and the front body. Breathe deeply into the belly and the chest, the belly and the chest. Feel the breath fill the entire lower half of the body and deflate the entire lower half of the body. Relax the muscles between your toes. Relax the eyelids. Relax the eyelashes. Roots to rise, pressing your hips deeper into the earth. You are a flower embedded, growing strong and tall through the earth, rising to your potential as a living creature. Reposition your legs in a new position for sitting. Press your hands into your thighs or into your heart or into your belly, your center, your hara. Drop your shoulders back, press the heart to the sky slightly. Sniff the air, lifting the nose slightly above, parallel to the earth. Here we will raise our arms above our head in a rainbow pattern, reaching our fingertips wide in every direction, reach all the way to the sky, touch the fingertips together to the top, drop the shoulders down, squeeze the core in, rise the top of the head to the sky, relax the core down. Rainbow arms back down, reaching the arms as far out as they can go, tracing the edges of the space around you. Feel every muscle come into stretch and then relax. Arms behind the back. Interlace your fingers as if you are holding a little bowl in your hands behind you. Drop your shoulders back, press your heart forward. Point your nose to the sky, drop your shoulders, engage the core muscles from the deepest core muscle all the way out to the musculature on the outer edge of your core. Breathe deeply into the front body. Relax and hold that breath inside. Let the air out and release your hands. Relax your hands wherever they may feel rested. And feel the body's vibration. There are messages, vibrations, sounds the body will give you, clues the body will tell you. Listen to where the vibrations are. Examine where the heat or coolness is. Listen to the rushing waves within and the rushing waves outside. Come out of your seated position and into your tabletop position. However you get there is fine. That's hands and knees position. From here, we're just going to do some prime movements of stretching the back calf and back of the leg. So that from tabletop is stretching one leg behind me and shifting my hips back slightly. You can pull the core up or you can relax it down. You just want your hips aligned, not one hip higher than the other. And you want to feel a stretch through the calf, pretty intense. Not so much in the low back, not so much in your hamstrings. This is a calf, Achilles, ankle. You can go down to your forearms instead of using your wrists. And you can hike your hips up slightly for a slightly deeper stretch. You can bring chin to chest in order to intensify the stretch of the back chain. From this position, I welcome you to sit this front knee, sit the hip down on top of this front knee so that you're in a modified pigeon pose. So you can stay here on your elbows, you can come up, but most people do pigeon pose where they'll make the leg side, like come to the side, the lower leg, but really you want to just bend the knee and flex it here and then rock the hips left and right till you get the stretch you want. There's a lot of different places you can find and explore in this, so don't go too far one way or the other, but play in this with hip position.
This shit's good, right?
You like it? Yeah, that's great. I love that. I love that move. I don't know how many people can do that much stretchy. That's like some next level stretchy for me right there.
Oh, am I showing off right now?
I feel like you're showing off, but it's actually good because I feel like there are people that are stretchy, but my hips don't do that. I think it's probably normal, but like my
Even
hips
when
are
you
not
go like
mobile.
off to the side more. Yeah. I have
Yeah,
pretty I've childbearing hips.
You got I feel like this is a dancer thing too.
Yeah,
I
probably.
feel like dancers stretch this part of their body more somehow.
Yeah, especially if you grow up stretching it,
Yeah.
A lot of our muscle and flexibility can be brought back to whatever sport you liked as a child,
Yeah. I was basketball, so I could jump a lot, but I don't have really any mobility or flexibility in these hips. I'm strong though.
Yeah, you are.
I'm real strong. I moved to the other side. I don't know if I mentioned that. I just got all excited about it and moved to the other side without
I too did that.
Without thinking about it because it felt so good. But you can go to the other side and you can do the stretch first of the calf and then the pigeon pose, modified pigeon.
I do want to say that we are at 7:30.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh my.
How time flies. Well, that'll be the last stretch for today. And hopefully this has been like uber educational about how to work out when you need some recovery time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that feels good. Oh, yeah, that feels good. You just worked out with Erica Nixon Rocky. Incredible. Wow.
You are incredible. You're incredible.
Hey, back up. Good job. Good job. Another week, and then people get to work out with you. They can work out with you next week, huh, Erica?
Next week is all me. I hear the COVID roller coaster is a thing, so we'll see. But I expect, I don't know, I've never had COVID, but this one, it does feel like with all of the things, as we talked about, my vax, my booster, the antibody infusion I got when I figured out I had COVID, I feel like I just kind of have a flu / like sinus infection situation.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully it'll be like that. And by next week, I'll be like 100%. We'll see.
Yes. We're going to wish Erica a happy relieving week. And thank you so much for being here. And we'll see y'all next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.